Hello and welcome to review of Adachi the Shimamura episode 7. Yes, we're on episode 7. And I gotta say, as I step back and explain this, let me just say this. What the hell was that? I'm sorry, I gotta adjust this camera a little bit because I'm like, what the hell is going on? I mean, after a Christmas episode last week that got me mad to a point where it's like, Adachi, you almost had it. To this episode, I'm like, Adachi, you almost had it. Now, again, I'm with Team Adachi. I'm supporting her every step of the way. But by God, if you ever have a moment with Shimamura, Adachi, pull the freaking trigger. You have every bullet in the gun. Do it. Target. Just shoot it. Just, in other words, what I'm trying to say is, Adachi, every moment you have with Shimamura, you better say I love you. You better say I like you or I love you. Say it. Now, episode 7 did that for me. It's like, it's so many words in this episode. Like, it's everything in this. Everything. You want to say something, but you don't have the courtesy to say. You want to cheer for that girl, but you don't want to. And it got so much thigh moments. This episode was all about the thighs, and they had it. I mean, like, here's why. So, the opening starts off with those other two young girls, you know, the alien girl and Shimamura's sister. They keep rolling on the futon, like, roll left, roll right. And then the alien girl pull out this blue hair, light bright hair, and then tie it around her finger. Okay, that's cute. Again, they're having some fun YURI moment there. Now, here's where I get a little bit like craziness. We went from, like, the conversation on the phone with Adachi and Shimamura. The conversation was funny to the core. It went from a fan service of YURI. The YURI-ness of the fan service in this it's getting there little by little. So on the phone, the conversation was about, oh, what you doing on New Year's? You know what? The whole conversation was there until Shimamura brought up, I miss your thighs. I miss sleeping on your lap pillow. Her lap pillow thighs, aka thighs. And I'm like, oh shit, the fan service kicking into overdrive. We're doing it again, and they did it. And not only that, it's like, I'm like, wow. We went from a conversation of what you're doing on New Year's to thighs. And they're talking about the freaking thighs. And Adachi is fantasizing that so hard that she even asked Shimamura a question. Do you want it to be heavier or softer? So imagine someone tells you, oh, my thighs, do you like them hard or soft? If you know what I mean. And with the thighs, I'm like, Shimamura really missed that. Now, this is where the biggest impact is. And it's not the ending. I'm going to get to that later on. But you talking about fan service? It got there. Adachi is fantasizing all of this. She's fantasizing Adachi, like, touching her chest. Now, we get it. Adachi, the only moments Adachi had felt was her hands, and her thighs, but not the chest. Plus, I like the fact that Adachi got a shrine. She got a shrine of everything She has every shrine everything that's memories of Shimamura, like the canned soda, the boomerang with goggles. Like I got a Rico shrine from Love Life, but she has a shrine of everything that Shimamura bought. That's like saying if Shimamura got Adachi a shell, you know she's gonna keep that shell and put it in with the others. Like, to her, it's like, it doesn't matter what gift it is, as long as they keep it as a shrine, that's that. Now, let's move on. Again, Adachi is fantasizing Shimamura to the core. The whole, like, in the gym, she takes off her shirt, her dress, everything naked. So I'm like, whoa, this sauce, it's getting there. It's getting her fantasizing about that. I'm like, whoa, she really wants that. And it was getting there. And there was a moment where she fantasizing them in their half naked white outfit, and just started feeling it. Like, you know, the love is right there. How did she really want that love? Especially with the whole gym fantasizing. And I mean, that was there. And I'm saying to myself, Adachi, do what Hina did in Domestic Girlfriend. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you watch Domestic Girlfriend and watch how Hina did it with herself in the bed scene, In my mind, I'm thinking, Adachi, do that. Because I got the feeling you're thinking about that every time. And you want to do it, but you don't want to, if you know what I mean. But that was that. Now, the whole thing, then it skipped to Valentine's, like what they're going to do for Valentine's Day. The whole month of, after New Year's, the whole month of January passed. All the two side girls, they celebrate their Uranus too. I mean, the other girl got a dark skinned girl. The big breasted girl with glasses picked her up. It had some Uranus, and she's like, I love sweet things right on her face. So that was a good Yuri moment. I felt that their Yuri power is more in depth than Adachi and Shimamura's. You know what I mean? Like, what I mean in depth is it shows hints. To them, the side characters, their hints of Uranus is there. But when you look at Adachi and Shimamura's Uranus relationship, it's like parallel. It's not parallel yet. Like, it's like Adachi has feeling for Shimamura. And again, 7 episodes, and Shimamura is not seeing every hint, every sign that Adachi is doing. I mean, for example, when Adachi and Shimamura are going out, they're going out shopping, and then Adachi props for her, holding her hand fully, not by one finger or 2 fingers, but the entire hand. So that's a step up in the relationship. But then, asking for Valentine's Day, the moment they asked for the chocolate hearts, Adachi pushed her to Shimamura. And I'm like, you want that love, the chest love and all that. That was it. And I'm like, Adachi is stepping up her game. She is stepping up her game to the moment where I'm like, she having her moments. As every episode, Adachi has moments where she doesn't want to embrace her feelings yet, but she is stepping it piece by piece by piece. And like I said last week, she's going from like, okay, a friend to like an actual best friend. So it's like at some point, I got this feeling at some point, Adachi and Shimamura are going to confess at the same time. That's just me saying. Now, Shimamura, on the other hand, in this episode, she has, she feels left out. Not left out in a way, but I'm like, everything Shimamura is saying about Adachi, she's not saying that, like, does that mean she likes me? Because with Shimamura, she's saying like everything Adachi is doing to push herself to like her even more. Think about it. A Chinese dress, Adachi's wearing a Chinese dress, going on a Christmas date, going on playing bowling, hanging out in the park. It's like every hint that Shimamura is doing to Adachi, Shimamura is not seeing it. She's just seeing like her, like, oh, you're a friend. Everything you're doing is like what friends do. Okay, I get that, but you're not seeing the actual picture. You're only seeing the picture of your mind, but you're not seeing from Adachi's standpoint. That is the idea that Shimamura, that's the idea that I'm seeing, but Shimamura is not seeing it. Now, the ending. What the hell? I'll be honest with you guys. I did not see this coming. I did not see this coming, guys. I did not. I swear to God, I didn't see this coming. Like, here's the thing. This other girl came in and ordered food, and Shimamura walked in, and she remembered her name. I mean, I don't know her name like that. She just remembered her. And it was one of those episodes way back then where I think it was 5 or 6 that Shimamura mentioned that she had a childhood friend and they got separated. Okay, when they got childhood friends, they left in their separate ways. In this, right at the end of it, she bumps into her childhood friend, and right off the gate, they track numbers. I'm like, oh my God. And I gotta be honest, I did not see that coming. I didn't expect her childhood friend to come back. I'm serious. I mean, I thought it was just a storyline, like a simple backstory wise, but I never expected a childhood friend to come back and see her. So now the tables are going to be turned right now. And the way I see this goes, this is going to be a Yuri waifu war. This is going to be a Yuri waifu war. Now that the childhood friend is there, Shimamura's childhood friend is there, I don't know how Adachi will react to this. I mean, I know Adachi will probably be jealous, but I think Adachi's reaction is going to be more impact next week's episode when she finds out that Shimamura's childhood friend is here, and she's gonna. I'm like, oh my god! And there's gonna be some YURI war next week between her and Adachi towards Shimamura. Oh, this is gonna be one of those love triangles, but it's gonna be like one where one waifu wins, the other waifu war ends. I'm sorry, where one waifu war when one waifu wins, the other one waifu loses. But my point is, oh my god, next week is gonna be. I hope next week is gonna be one of those times where you see like, I feel bad for Adachi where this episode comes from. So I hope this is going to be that moment, and I look forward for next week's episode because, like I said, this episode had a little bit of YURI sauciness from talking about the thighs to the chest. And like always, you know, Adachi is known for the thighs, Shimamura is known for the chest. So you guys get that point. But like I said, with Shimamura's childhood friend there, let's see how this YURI waifu war comes in play. So I look forward for next week's episode, and I hope you will.